Hey everybody, Aaron here. Welcome back to another anime review. Today we look at Drifters episode 6. So first and foremost, guys and girls, I am so sorry it took me this long to get Drifters episode 6 review out to you guys. Honestly, just because I had all the reviews I had yesterday, and of course, as I told you in I think it was update video last week, that I was going to be very busy this week. So, now that everything's slowed down, I can finally kind of go and get back to my own stride of things. But, just doing all the reviews I had to do yesterday on top of, getting Drifters out when it first came out, that was kind of almost impossible, I hate to say it. So, unfortunately, here it is now. At least I have the review out to you guys, so at least I'm not missing a whole, episode review for y'all. But anyways, let's talk about Drifters episode 6 because there is some stuff to talk about. Overall, it was a good episode. I'm not saying it was great or anything like that, but it was a very good episode. So we pick up right from last week's episode where we have Toya very pissed off about the whole, elves being raped, the elvish women being raped, and of course he gets them all outside and tells them, we're gonna kill all of you, like I'm gonna chop you up into pieces and I'm gonna put you into the ground and stuff like that. He gets really upset, and Nobunaga hears about him doing that, of course, and goes, oh well, why did he not invite me to the party? He walks outside and knocks him out. And, you see that from right here where Toya is on the ground, face planted in the ground because he hit him with the back of his gun, the butt of the gun. And what's funny about that is, when Toya wakes up, the deed's already done. Nobunaga and some of the elves of the village decide to, enact revenge on them. They kill them in horrible ways. But the thing is that they tell Toya, or at least Nobunaga tells Toya, hey, I didn't want you to have to do that because that's not your job. My job is to be the psycho one to kill off, all these people. I've done it before in mass ways. And he starts naming all the various battles and places that Nobunaga was known to hit and kind of like devastate everything there. And Toya does get pissed off, but to a point he understands full well that, he's got a point. Toya's not used to doing that. Toya fights and will kill people, but he does it with an honor that, Nobunaga kind of seems to have lost at one point or another because he started doing, crueler things to people. Now, there is one person who survives the whole basically death of getting hit by various arrows and guns, and it's this one guy, but the elves decide to let him live only because he, of the whole group, did not apparently do anything. He was actually just instilled and instated in this place within like the few hours that they got there, so he hasn't really been in there for like more than a day. So they did feel kind of bad, and they went, okay, fine, we're not going to kill you off because you really didn't have anything to do with anything that did happen here. I give the guy credit that he survived an onslaught of arrows and bullets when he was right behind everyone, but it's like, wow, dude, you survived completely unharmed. That's crazy. Now, I think the next couple scenes are pretty cool, where we see a time lapse of sorts, where apparently the kind of news that the Drifters helped the Elven village kind of spreads out across the lands, and people are starting to hear about how the Drifters did this and how, the elves are kind of going up and becoming stronger because of that. And, of course, the guy who's the, I forgot his actual name, the one with the swirly glasses and stuff like that, he's just looking at it like, just looks like he's just happy in general. Easy starts off happy, where she goes to her room thinking, oh yeah, the ends must be doing a great job, and then sees all these various posts that show, oh, the ends are kind of getting into kind of an issue because they're not winning the fights. The Drifters are winning all of a sudden. The Drifters are doing all this stuff for them and blah blah. And she gets very pissed off. I don't have the picture of her getting pissed off there, unfortunately, but I like the 360 it does from her super smile there to just being so incredibly turned off and pissed off. Now, we do meet some new characters. These are very flamboyant people, we'll say, nonetheless, but apparently they are big figureheads and leaders in the army for the Ota clan, not Ota clan, but I think they're called like Ota, something like that. It's like with an A at the end. They are in charge of essentially all the bad shit that group does, and even though they look flamboyant and look very feminist, even though they're all dudes, they apparently are enough to instill fear in everyone there because everyone's terrified of these people. So I have a feeling that these are going to be the Drifters' biggest issue in later episodes. And, to kind of, I think, deal with that, it's funny, and they don't even realize it's happening, but to kind of go into the process of it, Nasu and Toya and Nobunaga start training the elves to kind of get better in their ways of fighting. And Nasu's like, you know what, I'm going to make you guys shoot like 10,000 arrows, and they're not going to have to, it's not going to be like one misses or anything like that. You're going to hit all 10,000 arrows perfectly on the spot I tell you to hit. And, they see that she's, well, excuse me, it's not she. He's crazy. I always say it's a she because it looks like a she. And one of the jokes they make is how they say how beautiful Nasu looks despite being a dude. And by the way, I apologize, my sinus is a little messed up today. So you can tell I'm like can't breathe very well, so my voice sounds a little nasally. Um, but what's funny about Nasu is that he talks about how his brothers apparently are way more beautiful than he is, and how he's actually the ugliest of the brothers. I'm like, are you kidding? That's scary. That's terrifying in itself, and I think even the rest of the Elvens are like, what the hell? Are you serious? That's weird. And the episode though ends with them kind of being in the tower, talking like always, shooting the breeze, and they hear essentially what sounds like a stampede of horses, and they realize it's not someone else that they know. It's actually most likely people from either their time periods or from somewhere else. And they realize that, oh, it's the end. It looks like it's them coming. At least it looks like they're going toward them. So I'm very curious what episode 7 will lay out for us. Anyways, guys and girls, I hope you enjoyed this review. Like I said, I apologize for having this review out so late. I hate doing that to you, but unfortunately that's how it works sometimes. Anyways, I will talk to you later. Have a blessed day, everyone. Bye bye.